resilience coming through the parks and showing what they got, and girls who play sports then later on become well-known leaders, become those strong women that we see every single day.
The Los Angeles Dodgers Foundation has been concentrating on making sure that we are tackling some of LA's most pressing problems. We do a lot of our work using a sports-based youth development approach, making sure that social, emotional, and physical sports needs are met for young people across greater Los Angeles. I am so excited that today we get to celebrate National Girls and Women in Sports Day here at Harbor Recreation Center, because girls in sports needs to be an emphasis. It needs to be on a platform, and we are able to give that a platform and amplify the voices of girls who are participating in sports.
Most parks for the city of Los Angeles offer all these types of sports, along with plenty of different ones. But today, if they were to go home and tell their mom, I loved skateboarding, I want to do it again, they can come to Harbor City Park. They can go to any local city park that has a skate park and will be able to be involved and be in a class, because they are offered year-round. They don't even have to have any gear. We supply all that stuff just to give them that opportunity to try the class, to be involved in it, and to hopefully grow through it.
I, as people know, am a girl dad. And so as a girl dad, it's just so great. I'm so honored to be allowed to come and speak and be with these young women who are engaging in all kinds of athletic activities, and be active and engaged and learning from others and seek mentors and have these healthy activities. And so in all of our parks, there are opportunities for our kids. So please, parents, sign up your kids and let your kids come on out here and enjoy these great activities. But especially today, we want to make sure that the girls and women are welcome.
And for more Girls Play LA information and activities at a location near you, check out the website laparks.org. In this week's featured story, the Department of Cultural Affairs launched its Guide to Events for African American Heritage Month. 2025 marks 75 years of African American heritage in LA, and it all begins at the landmark Dunbar Hotel.
For the City of Los Angeles Department of Cultural Affairs, it is so important for us to be able to highlight our city's communities. Right now, we are in central Los Angeles, standing in the Dunbar Hotel. This month, we are celebrating our African American community as part of the African American Heritage Month.
African American Heritage Month means the opportunity to really celebrate the rich cultural diversity of our community. It's certainly a way to acknowledge the special achievements of individuals, but also of organizations and places.
One of our main contributions is to produce this beautiful African American Heritage Month calendar and cultural guide that highlights events happening all across the city celebrating African American Heritage Month. In addition, it highlights artists, both literary and visual.
What made me become an artist is when I was a small child, we used to pass by this hotel. My mother used to tell us stories about it and the grandeur of it and all the entertainers that had to live here. Passing by it for, 40 years, I've always wanted to paint it. And sometimes in life, you know, if you don't do what's in your heart to do, somebody else will do the job, and I wanted to do it first.
Our Author Study Club is an organization that studied, promoted, and researched Black history in Los Angeles. The principal goal is to make sure that Black history becomes a part of American history. Now, more than ever, we have people that are saying Black history doesn't matter, and they're removing it from the books. That cannot happen. We must keep our storytellers. They must be able to tell the history of a people.
It's important for us to recognize and to document our history. There are 3 African Americans on the city council currently, and that's been the case really since the mid-60s, when Tom Bradley was the mayor. We currently have a council president, Marquise Harris Dawson, and of course we have an African American mayor, Mayor Karen Bass. And so African Americans are making a significant contribution to the civic fiber of our community.
The The African American community and culture has brought so much to our city. We're thinking about music and community and gathering and food and how we all come together as a people.
I want people to understand that my artwork represents the life of LA, the colors of LA, the feelings of LA. You know, I really enjoy trying to get a painting to express emotion. And so if I can do that, I would be a very happy person.
What I want Angelenos to take away from our celebrations each year, but in particular this year, is a sense of pride. African Americans have been part of the narrative of the founding of Los Angeles from its beginning, and people forget that. It's about being a part of the origin of the city, and that's what we really want people to understand.
If you're interested in learning more about the work that we're doing and the celebration for this year's African American Heritage Month, please go to our website at culture.lacity.gov.
In this week's Things to Do, dive into a Black History Month celebration, celebrate the last Aztec emperor, and learn more about the Cherokee Nation. All this up next on Things to Do.
Join the City of LA's Department of Recreation and Parks in celebration of Black History Month. On Saturday, February 22nd, the Citywide Aquatics Division promises a day of fun, fitness, and community engagement at the Celeste King Pool. Dive into the aqua activities, break a sweat with Aquafit, and enjoy swim lessons, surfing, kayaking, informational booths, and a community CPR station. There will also be free food while supplies last. Head to the Celeste King Pool for this Black History Month celebration on Saturday, February 22nd from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Find out more under featured activities at laparks.org. On Sunday, February 23rd, join El Pueblo at the birthplace of Los Angeles for the annual celebration of the last Aztec emperor. Considered a sacred ritual, the Cuauhtémoc celebration commemorates the only Aztec emperor to survive the conquest by the Spanish Empire. Experience amazing music and dance as the danzante community converges at El Pueblo. Enjoy the cultural entertainment program presented by regional and international performing dance groups scheduled throughout the day. Visit El Pueblo for the Cuauhtémoc celebration on Sunday, February 23rd from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. For more information, visit elpueblo.lacity.gov/events. On February 22nd and 23rd, the Autry Museum hosts Cherokee Nation, A History of Resilience. This community class emphasizes traditional Cherokee arts, culture, and oral history from pre-European contact to the present day. Join Cherokee Nation historian Catherine Foreman Gray for this weekend class and experience Cherokee culture in meaningful and memorable ways. The class is free and open to the public with registration. Visit the Autry Museum in Griffith Park for Cherokee Nation, A History of Resilience, which takes place on Saturday, February 22nd from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sunday, February 23rd from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more information, visit the calendar at theautry.org/events. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's all for this week. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. Remember that you can watch us online anytime at lacitywiew.org, and we're also on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.
regularly scheduled meeting of your Los Angeles City Council. Today is Wednesday, the 19th day of February in the year 2025. My name is Marquise Harris Dawson. I serve as chair of this council. Public comment will be taken in person in the council chambers for today's meeting. Mr. Clerk, can we begin our proceedings by calling the roll?
Yes. Blumenfield, Harris Dawson, Hernandez, Hutt, Gerardo, Lee, McOsker, Nazarian, Padilla, Park, Price, Rahman, Rodriguez, Soto Martinez, Yaroslavsky, 10 members present and a quorum, Mr. President.
All right, first order of business.
Approval of the minutes of February 18th, 2025.
Councilmember Padilla moves. Councilmember Hernandez seconds. What's next?
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
Councilmember Hutt moves. Councilmember Nazarian seconds. Can we run through the agenda?
Yes, sir. There is a request to continue item 23 to February 26, 2025.
Without objection, that'll be the order.
As well as holding item 2 and 22 on the desk.
All right. All right, so before we go forward, and members, before we go to call for specials, I want to call item 22. And we're going to take a special vote on that because we've got some special guests with us today. So we're calling on speakers who only signed up to speak on item number 22. We'll call you, and you can go to the podium and do public comment, and then Mr. McOsker will lead us in our deliberations. So if we can call the names of folks who signed up for 22 only.
I will now call the speakers for item 22. Stacy Segarra Bollinger, Paul B., Alana Haim, Terry H., Tim Y., Andrew Solomon.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Good morning. I'm here for a public comment. Good morning, honorable council members. My name is Terry Hara, president of the Terminal Islanders Association. I'm also a retired public servant after proudly serving 35 years with the city, with the Los Angeles Police Department, and retired as deputy chief. My family is from Terminal Island. A better known term for the residents was Terminal Islanders. The community was a close-knit community, like one big family, and everyone took care of each other. My grandfather was superintendent at one of the canneries. My grandmothers worked in the factories processing tuna for canning. My father was a fisherman, along with his brothers. They, along with other Terminal Islanders, helped put Los Angeles on the map as a leading tuna industry in the nation. The Terminal Islanders created their own Japanese village, fishing village, and in the late 1941, everything changed after the bombing of Pearl Harbor. By February 1942, the Japanese fishing village of 3,000 residents were no more. All Terminal Islanders were forced off the island and into horse stables and internment camps.
We have to give everybody the same amount of time, so that was the 1 minute for item 22.
I want him to get 2 minutes. That's fine.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Today's motion will help preserve the 2 last remaining structures that were part of a vibrant community destroyed by hate and paranoia. It is an important story, an American story that needs to be told for generations to come. In honor of our families, I ask you to please support this preservation effort. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Paul Hiroshi Boye. I'm speaking on item 22 and making a general comment. So I'm also a member of the Terminal Islanders Association. I'm a board member. I'm also the chair of the committee and coalition to protect, rehabilitate, and reconstruct the 2 historic buildings for an adaptive reuse. Our goal is to significantly honor the legacy of the Terminal Island Japanese American community from the early 1900s to February 1942. Terminal Island is very close to my heart because my mother Chizuru Nakaji Boye, was born there in 1919. She always reminded me that Terminal Island was also known as East San Pedro and Fish Harbor, and was a beautiful, close-knit community of approximately 3,000 Japanese American citizens and immigrants. My mom's father, my grandfather, Sada Hayaku Nakaji, was one of the early immigrants from Japan in 1905. He eventually became the president of the Japanese Fishermen's Association in Terminal Island, and he went to Sacramento numerous times to fight against anti-Japanese legislation proposed by the California government leaders that tried to prevent Japanese immigrants from owning fishing licenses. This Japanese fishing community suffered a severe injustice on February 1942 with the forced removal of immigrants and Japanese American citizens from the Terminal Island homes on only a 48-hour notice, which led to the imprisonment and trauma in concentration camps in 1942. The government then swiftly moved in with bulldozers and indiscriminately destroyed the homes, schools, businesses, churches, shrines, parks, and memories of this Japanese American community in Terminal Island. Remarkably, 2 remaining buildings are still standing. These buildings represent history, culture, family, and the ability to ensure that the preservation of the last remaining physical remnants of this important era of Japanese American culture and the significant contribution to the California fishing industry. In closing, these historic buildings represent an integral part of American history that should never be forgotten. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think that exhausts our speakers on 22 only. Mr. McCosker. Oh, we have one more?
My name is Tim Yuji Yamamoto, and I'll be speaking on item 22 and making public comment as well. I'd like to thank the council members for allowing us to gather and express our opinions, and when you hear Terminal Island, I bet you don't really know other than the container port, but there used to be a thriving Japanese American community there, about 3,000. My grandfather had a store, A. Nakamura Company, and that is one of the buildings that still remain in Terminal Island. When Executive Order 9066 was written, Terminal Island was one of the first communities that had to evacuate within 48 hours. Everybody could only take items what they can carry. After that, they were taken to concentration camps. My parents and my grandfather later ended up in Manzanar. My grandfather was taken and he spent detention in Montana and didn't return to his family until close to 1945. I feel, because of my personal involvement and connection, that we look at this and we need to preserve these buildings for future generations. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes.
It's not, is it on? Okay. Good morning, City Council. Andrew Salimian, representing the Los Angeles Conservancy. I just want to thank Councilmember McCosker and the Terminal Islander Association for years of hard work on this. I think these 2 buildings are a testament to the survival of a people, of a place, of history, and it's remarkable that they're still there despite what you see on Terminal Island as cranes and container storage, but there is a small vestige of history that played a very important role into California's history, LA's history, and one of the grave injustices we've done as a country. So it's time to come to terms with that, and the HCM designation is the right way forward in our mind. And thank you for all the speakers who showed up and came today.
Thank you so much. All right, Mr. McCosker.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, colleagues, for taking this item out of order. It's deeply, deeply appreciated. I want to thank the Terminal Islanders for this beautiful hoppy coat. It's quite a lovely surprise today. I want to thank Terry Hara for your leadership, Paul Boyea, Donna Cottrell, Tim Yamamoto, Tim and Paul and Terry are direct descendants of the villagers who lived on Terminal Island. And it's really important for us to note that at the turn of the century, in the early 1900s, there were a few settlers of Japanese descent who came to Terminal Island and really established the tuna fishing industry. They were the innovators. They were the experts in tuna fishing. And over the years, they worked adjacent to and alongside Italians and Croatians who we've heard so much about in the tuna fishing industry. But it was really these Japanese Americans, these Japanese descendants, immigrants, who established the fishing industry in the San Pedro Bay. And by 1940, there were 3,000 villagers, 3,000 Japanese Americans and Japanese immigrants on Terminal Island. 3,000. And it was known then, Terminal Island was known as East San Pedro. I think that's important to note. And we have some original Terminal Islanders right here in our midst with this beautiful, resilient community. December 7th, 1941 changed everything. And I don't think folks realize that Terminal Island was one of the first settlements, one of the first villages, one of the first neighborhoods where we went in and we illegally arrested and transported and confiscated people and a community. It was first. That began before the February 19th, 1942 executive order. Today is the 83rd anniversary of that executive order, one of those continuations of the original sin of this country, of the systemic, racism and fear and hatred. And so many communities, Japanese Americans returned to their communities and found something. There were villages, there were houses, there was a community to return to. Not in all cases, but certainly not so in Terminal Island. Terminal Island was almost immediately razed and became the expansion of the Port of Los Angeles. Almost everything was taken down. Homes, valuables, the shrine, playgrounds, yards, gardens. Boats were sold. Pennies on the dollar. Boats were sold because that's the only choice that villagers had, that the fishermen had. And when we look at Terminal Island today, there are two buildings that remain of the village. One is the remnant of the store that Tim's grandfather ran. Speaking of grandfathers, I was born in 1962, so I was only a little over 20 years separated from this event. And my grandfather, on my mom's side, who grew up in San Pedro, would often tell the story of remembering the day that his teammates, his friends, his classmates didn't show up for school. There are a lot of folks, when I was growing up, who remembered this so vividly. And I'm talking about folks, white folks in San Pedro. And so it was a story that I grew up with. And we can't go back in time and fix it. But we can look to the grace and the dignity and the perseverance of this group, of the Terminal Islanders, who have carried on this legacy and who have advocated for too many years to say, let's keep this memory alive. And in this case, let's memorialize these last buildings on Tuna Street. The street is still there. Two buildings are still there. And this is our opportunity as a city, and as a port, by the way, to do something that significantly acknowledges this great legacy of the Terminal Islanders. And we can't make it right, but someone way before me said, doing the right thing is always right now. And so this designation is the right thing. And council members, I really appreciate it. I know that you are going to be supportive of this, and I know that your support will be steadfast. And I just want to thank the Terminal Islanders for being here. I want to thank you for this action. I want to thank the council president for taking this out of order and giving this day, this 83rd anniversary of the executive order, and this group the dignity that they deserve on this day. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. McCosker. We got a couple members on the queue on this item. Councilmember Rodriguez.
Thank you. First, I want to thank the Terminal Islanders that are here for your persistence in helping to make today happen. Of course, I also want to thank, I see Ken here, everyone that is so dedicated to ensuring that we enshrine in the city of Los Angeles these historic sites and what it meant in history so that we don't repeat history. In my district, I'm home to the Tuna Canyon Detention Center, where 2,000 Italian, German, and Japanese were rounded up without due process and were forced to live in this detention center in the San Fernando Valley. We are home, fortunately, to a very vibrant and diverse immigrant community. And I think this moment exemplifies no greater form of resistance to the similar attacks that are being launched on immigrant communities today than what you all have helped to achieve in this moment. So I want to first preemptively congratulate you on this moment. I want to thank you, Mr. McCosker, for helping to shepherd this in. But I want to thank you all for your persistence, for your advocacy, because our hope is to not repeat history, and sadly, so many continue to exhibit the very same anti-immigrant sentiments today that we knew were so harmful and that we continue to try and correct from those terrible moments in history. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for helping to uplift this important history. And I'm proud to be in a city that continues to uphold and uplift those stories to say that we won't be a part of that again. So thank you very much, and congratulations on this well-deserved opportunity to designate these locations and preserve them in history in our great city. Thank you very much.
Councilmember Rahman.
Yeah, just wanted to rise and say thank you to all of you. Thank you to every single one of you who spoke today. Thank you, Councilmember McCosker. We had last year the opportunity to install a plaque at Griffith Park, because Griffith Park was also a site where people were interned. Japanese Americans, Italian Americans, German Americans, and people who had been there and family members who had been at that site before they were moved to other locations across America came and spoke about their memories from that area or what they had heard from their families. And I had no idea that Griffith Park was involved in this sad and sordid American history. But the fact that we were able to install that plaque there was a very meaningful moment for me. So I'm grateful to have been a part of that, and also grateful to be a part of memorializing this. So thank you for bringing this forward and allowing us all to make sure that we never forget. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Mr. McCosker, and I want to thank the members who spoke today, and we wanted to call this out of order, frankly, to bring special attention to it, so that the world sees what's happening here in Los Angeles, that this multiracial council, an Irish Catholic council member from the 15th District, and an African American chair, and a Latina, and a East Asian, and all of us stand together to, one, mark this history, but, as Councilmember Rodriguez pointed out, to point out that this history can easily happen again, and those forces don't ever completely go away. Sometimes they turn their attention to one group or another group, But those forces are still there, and we have to remain vigilant, or history will absolutely repeat itself. And so I think it's important, for this council to do, and myself and Councilwoman Hutt represent the Crenshaw District, where entire neighborhoods were cleared out, and folks were locked in the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum for months and months and months and months during the internment process. And so I think it's a very important history to mark. Thank you all for making sure this city paid attention to this. And again, lastly, thank you to Mr. McCosker. And with that, we'll call the roll on this item. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
All right, that motion passes. Thank you. Forthwith, without objection.
Thank you.
And just to clarify for members of the public, because I know that we don't normally take things out of order, we did take public comment on this, so it was satisfied, which is why council was able to vote on it. For any member of the public who spoke for 2 minutes on this, that will count as their general public comment. So if you spoke for 2 minutes on this item specifically, and you'd like to provide additional public comment, please note that you will be unable to do so later during the meeting. Thank you.
All right, if we can continue running through the agenda.
Yes, sir. Items 1 through 12 are items for which public hearings have been held. There is a corrected Budget and Finance Committee report for item 2 and has been submitted and is online within its council file. Also, the Budget and Finance Committee report for item 10 has been submitted and is online within its council file as well. Items 13 through 22 are items for which public hearings have not been held. And item 23 is a closed session item which has been continued to February 26, 2025. 10 votes are required for consideration.
All right, without objection, those items are before us. Now we'll call on specials, but before we do our specials, I'm going to call on Mr. Lee for a special announcement.
Thank you, Mr. President. I won't take you too much time, but colleagues, this is the annual visit from a leadership program that my office runs called the Lead 12 program. And if the students can stand up. These are the best and brightest of Council District 12. Every semester, we invite them to be a part of a program that learns about what we do here in the city of Los Angeles, the importance of the jobs that we all do in making sure the quality of life of all Angelenos is good. But most importantly, we teach them leadership skills and just how to be people who give back to their communities. And I just want to give a round of applause to our students here and thank them for coming here and being dedicated to our community. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. All right, specials members. Mr. Price.
Mr. President, out of an abundance of caution, I'm recusing myself from item 12 because it's unclear the entire list of organizations we are awarding. Additionally, I'm recusing myself from item 21 because my wife's employer has worked with the organization in the past.
All right.
Thank you.
Councilmember Yaroslavsky.
Thank you, Council President. On item 2, I move adoption of the corrected BNF report.
All right, without objection.
And is there a second to that?
Seconded by Mr. Blumenfield. All right, any specials on my left, the west side of the building? All right, seeing no other specials, what items are available for us to vote on?
Mr. President, the council may now vote on items 1, 3 through 11.
All right, those items are now before us. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
All right, what's next?
Mr. President, we can now, the council may now vote on item 2 as amended by Councilmember Yaroslavsky, seconded by Councilmember Blumenfield to move the corrected Budget and Finance report.
All right, let's open the roll on that item, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
And Mr. President, would council like to take up item 12 with Councilmember Price recusing?
Yes. Mr. Price has recused and left the floor. So let's open the roll on that item, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
And Mr. President, the council may now move on to public comment.
One more time, I'm sorry.
The council may now move on to public comment.
All right, let's read the instructions and rules for public comment to the records and proceed.
Yes, Mr. President. To people providing public comment, when it is your turn to speak, please state which of the agenda items you'd like to speak to. You will have 1 minute per item, up to 3 minutes total for the items open for public comment. Members of the public may also speak for up to 1 minute for general public comment. During general public comment, members of the public may speak to any of the items or anything else in the city's subject matter jurisdiction. We will tell you when your time is up. When speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you are not on topic, or if we cannot tell whether you are on topic, you will get one brief warning from me or the council president. At that point, you need to get immediately and clearly on topic. If you do not do so, or if you again stray off topic, you will forfeit the rest of your speaking time and we will move on to the next speaker. The items open for public comment are items 13 through 21. Again, the items open for public comment are items 13 through 21. Public comment on item number 22 was already satisfied at the top of the meeting. One quick announcement, if I can have the interpreter make this aloud to the room. If you require a Spanish language interpreter, please make sure to pause every few sentences so the interpreters can interpret.
Si usted requiere de traducción al español, por favor, pause en cada oración para que el traductor pueda hacer esta traducción.
Don't worry, we will pause your time while the interpreters are interpreting so that you will have the same amount of time as everyone else. Thank you.
No se preocupe, el tiempo de traducción será pausado de tal manera que usted tendrá el mismo tiempo que los otros oradores. Gracias.
I will now call the first names for public comment. Monica Mejia, Alexandra Lester, Ange Sink, Frederick Selick, Jay Richardson.
And speakers, you do not need to line up in the order in which your name is called, but do please wait until you hear your name before lining up on your left-hand side of the council chambers. Thank you. Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
General public comment.
So you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Great. Thank you and good morning, everybody. My name is Monica Mejia. I'm the president of ELAC, which is the East LA Community Corporation. We're a local nonprofit. We own affordable housing and we operate out of the Boyle Heights, East LA neighborhood, El Sereno area. Wanted to let you guys know about some of our programs. We have a monthly food bank. Yesterday was our food bank day. We have a long line of people coming to get food. And we had an opportunity to also talk to people about being prepared in case ICE were to ever show up. What does that mean? What are some tips? How to make sure you preserve your own rights, your own civil rights. Also want to let you guys know that we are getting ready to launch a rental assistance program. We got funding via the City of Los Angeles, and we started our first, some of our first kind of like an introduction to it to community members, and we're going to do 2 rounds of funding. Thanks.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Good morning. Sir, I'm the item of sanity. I'm here to talk on the item of sanity.
1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm here to pay respect, acknowledgement, and tribute to my fellow American. Bernie Sanders has brought to our attention a very serious economic imbalance. Seems that 3 American citizens own as much as half the population. If I'm understanding that correctly. I think this is a grave, well, let me put the emphasis on grave, a grave direction for our country in the direction of a grave. Anyway, we need an immediate redistribution of these circumstances in the direction where 3 individuals equal 3 individuals. I went to college. I didn't learn much in college, but I learned that the rich are rich because the poor are poor. Now we get that? The rich are rich because the poor are poor. You understand that comment? The rich are rich because the poor are poor. Now listen, please acknowledge it.
So, Speaker, your time has expired. We have to give the same amount of time to everyone So I'm going to ask that you please leave the podium. For anybody who has additional comments or who we don't have enough time to hear from today, please note that you can also provide written public comment at lacitycouncilcomment.com. Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
General public comments.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
I came to ask for additional services. I came to ask for additional services in the Skid Row area.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
A general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anj Singh. I'm a senior at Chatsworth Charter High School, and I've been blessed to be working in Councilmember John Lee's Lee 12 Leadership and Excellence Council over the years. I believe that through this opportunity, I've been pushed to my greatest extent to be able to develop my leadership skills to the fullest extent in order to be an impactful leader throughout the world. Councilmember John Lee has worked relentlessly and in a dedicated manner to uplift the next generation of leaders throughout the world. And I really appreciate him for that. And he's also greatly helped me with letters of recommendation for my college applications as I start my college journey, which I believe is vital to my journey as I start throughout university. And I really appreciate Councilmember John Lee for that. And one hope that I want to share with this world that I personally believe in is in the hope of Jesus. And I want to share the verse, for God to love the world, that he shared his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. And that is a faith that I believe that can restore and uplift this entire world.
Thank you, Speaker. Your time is up.
Good morning, honorable council members. My name is Alexandra Lester, representing Granada Hills Charter High School, and I am a representative of the Lee 12 Leadership Program. So a quick thank you to Councilmember Lee for the opportunity.
Speaker, which item would you like to speak to?
Excuse me?
Which item would you like to speak to?
Public comment?
Great, 1 minute.
Just a quick thank you as well to Councilmember Lee for the opportunity to get the chance to stand up here and speak. We need more voices in politics, and I think this is a really wonderful way to get the youth involved. I wanted to speak regarding schools finding new facilities for in-person school after the fires. I know a multitude of people who sadly lost their schools in the January fires, and I understand that there was a mass effort to shift the location of these schools and programs to ensure our constituents could continue the school year. Given the recent challenges posed by the fires, I'm just curious what steps the City Council is taking to supporting schools and finding new facilities for in-person learning. Thank you.
Before the next speaker comes up, I'd like to call last few names: Jaden Canalian, Kelly Chan, Samuel Avedano, Sean Yu, Stacy Segura, Mike Oxmo, and Sarah.
Good morning, Council
Good morning.
President.
You have 3 minutes
like
for the
to-
items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items. Go ahead.
You know so fast. I would like to request our amazing Google Translate, please. Start with item number 13. 一群世界的魅影被付出吸引，我们被靠近看孤独的风景，失去你，暗暗开始分明，失去你还有什么事好关心？但各自不再相对和平，我终于被提醒，过场上飞逝的是秃鹰，我用偏蓝的要一生被流流的爱情我应该是纸笔，夜色不敢进，光里脏地的回忆，在每天飞行，送你的白色玫瑰，在出海在空间的零楼，压在树枝上诡异的痕迹，静静听我黑色的大衣，像温暖你日记变冷的回忆，走过的走过的上面生命满无期，我在空旷的墓地老去怀爱你，为你打造小板的夜曲，纪念我死去的爱情，跟一风一样的声音，心说的很好听，手在键盘上很近，我给的思念很小心，你埋葬的地方。叫有名，为你弹奏小邦的乐曲，纪念我死去的爱情，问我为你研究埋名，坠入光线的弹琴，对你心跳的感应还是如此温柔的你，怀念你那邂逅的春意，那就乱指的静听，散落在这风铃，而我的眼睛没有丝毫同情，失去你泪后浑浊不清，失去你，我连耳朵都有阴影，放在沾满青的屋顶，遮住我的伤心，像一口没入水的枯井，我用凄美的眼回多拿爱情。 Next item will be item number 14. Google Translate is doing a great job. Number 14. 一个人我领着队，就把这人成了队，人眼只逐渐对我只就带着人中归，教女我亲父亲，自主正音，青春我亲父亲，情感情愿千里百绝群，周空间我知情教，举重我气正妙，我知准广告中的只怪战天照，气江山我望天下，情人政治无牵挂，千古人民立之佳话，这江一直白发，一生征战何人陪？是谁不要这千岁？准买一生为了回的周九人一劫人回，斗雷天我斗苍天，夺得红尾成千，好事天人一人间，帝王篇，红尘事我一转转，九人沙场人心乱，当天真的有力万，我一无遗憾，相思我愁断肠，我的手中我泪两行，我多年义军为这天下军中百名扬，言语我平凡志的只剩我回答志，为了庄重没教我离家制度志，百方我知分方，曲中我水流江，我回眸桑川，直到一笑有人出征，将军出征人在外，我归来之后谁还在？兄弟黄满雷黄白，这正中我求一拜。Now let's move on to item number 15. Thank you, Council President, for the Google Translate. Item number 15. 하라고 가나모게로 리로게 라가게로 개바게소 당교가 말하게로 기로 배소 구두대로 하래 이러규구라루러뮤 규부루 이가가라가루레소 아모규노 이래가이야나 이나규부게루가미야호 리가사라나마카나가노 기로소 이마노쇼레로 가나기로 기로소 아마랑이 나가루고도 시쿠노 사가나 가가지마 이치수저나무니너니네 가레소 아부사규나
General public comment.
General public comment. I would like to speak with City Attorney's Office. First of all, I want to thank our City Attorney for correcting me on yesterday because you said my sassy girl. Second of all, it's just also my concern, our City Attorney. Our council, our taxpayer paying you $500,000 a year is for you to fix issues of our city of LA. It's for you to fix the homeless. It's for you to fix the crime. It's for you to fix the eviction in the city of LA. But however, without doing any of those, you continue to pay attention to me and telling me that I'm keep watching my sassy girl. So I support you. I always agree with you. I always follow your order. But in the future, I wish we can work with Palestinian Council President Blue Mandingo because I am facing eviction. I am facing crime. I am facing unemployment. I am facing a lot of issues. But instead of just talking about my sassy girl.
So a couple quick announcements before the next speaker. One, I appreciate you trying to give me a raise, but I do not make anywhere near $500,000 a year. Second of all, you're continuing with the deep cuts. That was Pulhausa, I believe the theme song that you were singing. And for the guests who are here today, I believe it's Lee 12, part of leadership is listening, so we appreciate your patience. A lot of times people come in here and play games, not everyone, and I don't know if they're just testing us, but we appreciate your patience and we do allow them to speak, as is their right. Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
We'll just say all items and general public comment, please.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm going to begin with item 17, brought to us by Council Members Price and Hutt. This extends the term of a city contract with an organization called Community Build Incorporated. Community Build Incorporated was founded in part by Maxine Waters, and in general, they do some seemingly good work. They have their hand in a lot of pots. They do a lot of varied things, which kind of raises some red flags. But my concern with this motion is that it says expenses associated with Project SAVE in Council District 9. Now, I was on Community Build Incorporated's website, and I couldn't find anything in their project roster called Project SAVE. They had something called Project Safe Passage, which helps ensure that school children and their families can commute safely to schools walking, which I think is honorable, but I couldn't find anything called Project SAVE. So maybe we could get some clarification on that in this motion, because this could be something great to support, but I don't see anything called that on the website of the company listed. And I would really appreciate it if the council members who are engaged in conversation right now would pay attention. Thank you, Tim, for paying attention. We also have a couple of installations of the Walk of Fame. On this agenda, we have John Carpenter. I love his movies. The first horror movie I ever saw was the original Halloween. I was in 3rd grade, and I asked my dad to buy it for me, thinking that he wouldn't, and he did. And I watched it, and it was terrifying. But I don't think we should be installing stars on a boulevard where so many unhoused residents live. Where you'll also find pretty frequently human feces and excrement, because there's nowhere to use the bathroom if you don't have money to spend. And I know that we accept money from the organization that runs these star installations, but if we upped that price, or we told them we need to deal with the unhoused resident population first before we give, say, Trisha Yearwood a star on the Walk of Fame, maybe they could help us with some of that funding, get people into housing, build public resource centers that include bathrooms so that there could be less piss and shit on those sidewalks that are littered in stars. If we think about running the city like we run a family, if we can't pay rent on our house, if we're in a budget deficit, if there's piss and shit everywhere, the last thing we're gonna do is decorate with stars. But when Trisha Yearwood gets her star, it's likely that Garth Brooks, her husband, will show up, and I know you'll love taking pictures with the celebrities that come to these ceremonies, and that's a bigger priority for you than getting our unhoused resident population indoors.
General public comment?
This council should know the price of rent is out of control. Just look at Zillow. I thought price gouging was illegal in an emergency, but they do it anyway. That's why we should end evictions in the city of LA. So you need to hurry, 'cause tenants are worried. How can they earn money when their place of employment has burned down? Who are you representing when you are letting landlords kick their tenants out, down and out, when so much of the city has burned down? I guess you guys are kind of off the hook with that one because the Board of Supervisors took care of it. Thank you to Ulysses and Hugo for trying at least to get this body on board with doing the good thing of protecting tenants who lost their jobs because of fires. Shout out to Smoke and Scan.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
General public comment, please.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Jaden Canley. I'm a senior at Chatsworth Trotter High School. I'd first like to thank Councilmember John Lee for his youth program. This program has helped me achieve success in high school, and I'm thankful for this. Today, I come forth to discuss the issue affecting LUSD schools, the cell phone ban. Now, I have mixed feelings about this ban overall. However, my discussion today is search for equality and abolishment of hypocrisy. According to LUSD guidelines, no students are allowed to have their phones on during school hours, which is a statement which I agree is fair. Education is key, and so the assurance that proper educational needs can be met is definitely important. On the other hand, however, staff members are advised they are allowed to have their technology devices on them for what they consider work purposes. These work purposes mentioned by LUSD and the excuses that are explained by staff members justifying this cause seems unjust and unfair. They claim cell phones are required by staff for emergency situations and to contact others about educational needs. We students require cell phones for the same reasons. They claim if emergency happens, students cannot use their cell phones until an approved staff member allows us to do. But God forbid a teacher gets shot, what are we to do? Stand around and wait? Thank you.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, my name is Kelly, and I'm a senior at Granada Hills Charter High School. I want to sincerely thank Councilmember John Lee for this incredible program and opportunity to be here. The John Lee 12 Excellence Program has been a very transformative experience, pushing me beyond my limits and teaching me resilience and leadership. Through mentorship and hands-on challenges, I gained confidence in adapting to new situations, just like our last field trip at Camp Griffo, where we had to think on our feet while leading a large group. As someone who aspires to be a future politician or lawyer, the hands-on skills and public speaking experience I gained will be invaluable to my future career. More than just skills, this program has instilled a commitment to excellence in all areas of life. It has shaped how I approach challenges, and I'm incredibly grateful for the lifelong lessons I've learned. Thank you.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Public comment, please.
So you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Good morning, Council. My name is Samuel Avendano, and I'm a junior attending Granada Hills Charter High School, and I will be speaking on public comment. Today, I'm not here only as a voice for the youth, but as an embodiment for the importance of youth voices within politics. The Leave 12 program has given fellow youth like me a platform to speak up within issues in politics, and has given the youth a seat in a packed table of politics. As someone who aspires to become attorney at law in the state of California, bringing justice to our state starts with just this. This program who brings students together to advocate for city pressing issues. This council who must cultivate more youth voices, and this state that reflects the future of our world. Thank you so much, Los Angeles City Council, for allowing us to be here today. And thank you, Councilmember John Lee, for allowing students around the district to come here today. Thank you.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
General public comment, please.
So you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Sean Yu, and I'm currently a junior attending Granada Hills Charter High School. First off, I just want to sincerely thank Councilmember John Lee for just providing me with such an opportunity to truly get deeper understanding of what our city government does in order to make our day-to-day life function and run smoothly. His unwavering dedication to the community and support for young leaders like myself are truly inspiring. And as a person that wants to pursue a career in law, in order to make sure that every person in this world is able to receive justice, with the inspirations from Councilmember John Lee, I'm more inspired to do that and to continue out there and to go out and just help with whoever I can in order to bring justice to our society. In recent light of the fires that have impacted our communities in the past few weeks, I know that our history has shown that our city is built on the backs of resilience. Our community has come back together and stronger than ever before. And I know that the unwavering leadership of this council, along with the dedication and will of Los Angeles people, will lead to making our city great again. Thank you.
Formally protesting corrupt Dawson's Brown Act violations. I will have
Which items would you like to, general public comment?
13. I will have comments on 13, 14, 17, and general public comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Please begin with the items. Go ahead.
Item 13 is for the installation of John Carpenter onto Hollywood Walk of Fame. In my opinion, this item is yet another example of the incompetence of the City Council and government in general, and this item should be named the Walk of Shame. This item for Walk of Fame should not be on this agenda when not one word of the homeless epidemic and supposed emergency is mentioned. This incompetent and corrupt City Council should include language in this item that addresses the fact that the city has burned to the ground due to the incompetence and add a Walk of Shame next to the John Carpenter installation. Item 14 is for the installation of Ms. Yearwood onto Hollywood Walk of Fame. In my opinion, this item is yet another example of the incompetence of the City Council and government in general, and this item should be named the Walk of Shame. This item for Walk of Fame should not be on the agenda when not one word of the homeless epidemic and supposed emergency is mentioned. This incompetent and corrupt City Council government should include language in this item that addresses the fact that the city has burned to the ground, again, due to the incompetence, and add a Walk of Shame next to the Yearwood installation and fund the fire department. This item should also include language that takes the $3 million for another stupid and wasteful and corrupt art project of corrupt Dawson in item 1 and fund not only this Walk of Shame product of this item, but also the fair department, so that the city does not burn to the ground due to wasteful incompetence and corruption again. Item 17 is to extend a contract to the buddies of Price and Heather Hutt. Heather Hutt should not be allowed to vote on this item of corruption because she was elected in an illegitimate fashion and is not recognized by the community. In my opinion, indicted Kern Price should not be allowed to vote on this item unless his trial has ended in an acquittal of all corruption charge. General public comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
I demand that, let's put it this way, LA City Council, the most corrupt local government in the history of the U.S., I demand that phone-in public comment be immediately restored by short, corrupt little man Dawson, hiding like a coward. The public that cannot physically come down here to this clown show are having their rights violated daily. These stupid presentations, and not all of them are, do not reflect our real history, nor do they support us and the people as a whole. The corrupt black members of the Sleazy Council are up to it again. The city has burned down with over 6,000 homes destroyed, and yet Marquise Dawson, indicted Price, and illegitimately elected Hutt are spending $3 million to give sole source versus open bid contract for another stupid art project in item number 1 today. LA fire damage is $275 billion.
Next speaker. Good morning. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items.
Yes, and stop eating the dogs and cats. So now we get to John Carpenter. Yes, he makes scary movies, you know, with scary music. Like that kind of movie. Slasher movies. In other words, the dreams of many of you council members. There's a few people you'd like to slash. You'd like to be called
What
a
item are you
slasher.
speaking on?
Well, stupid fuck, I'm calling on number 13, you dumb son of a bitch. That's what I'm talking on. John Carpenter's a famous...
Go ahead.
He's a famous director, but, you know, you blacks don't get over to the movies anymore by them white folks, so I understand. I'll give you a pass. Should I give him a pass, John Lee?
I'm going to ask that you now get back on topic.
I'll give him a pass. Oh, I'm sorry, DEI. Okay. Then next, number 14, that fucking cunt Trisha Yearwood is going to get a star. Yes. See, Adrian, they're going to put it in there. Then the homeless come and urinate on it, and then they take a shit on it, and then they wipe it into the star. Ew. Ew. And people go down there and put their hand on the stars and kiss them, knowing what we know, Heather, that star had a homeless butthole on it, shitting all over it prior to you putting your lips on that. Ew, it's so disgusting, the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Ew, I think we should tear it down. Ew. And then we have Bob Blobenblow, number 15. Yes, the criminal on Etiwanda Avenue. He wants to vacate a part of an alley in a known drug zone. Yes. Now, he's not going to tell you it's because of drugs. He's going to call it development. And then we have number 16, the federal investigation, I hear, of Heather Hutt getting streetlight work done in her district, while Unisys is being cheated out of funds on the same street, according to Goat Puppet Research. Yes, we called your office yesterday, Unisys. We snitched you out, Heather. We've given Hamburger Hernandez all of the evidence. Now, it's up to you, Hamburger. Put down that hamburger and turn on our lights. Where is this bitch getting all this money? $100,000? You go down Wilshire Boulevard, and it's beautiful once you leave CD10, but you go back east. And once you cross into CD1 and the brown people are there, it's all dark. And you know the reason why that those areas are dark like at CD1? Yeah, it's because they get gang money to sell meth. Exactly right. And now for the general comment. I want to know why our council president was seen with various white children late in the afternoon alone. What the hell? Oh, do you? Yes, I took a photo of it. Yeah. I don't understand this. Look at this, people. What is this grown-ass man doing at almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon with these little white children. Look at them. Can you hear their voices?
Mommy, why am I with the crazy black man that never wears a tie? Where's he taking me? He's taking me down the hallway over to see the city attorney. No, now we're turning back into his office.
Did you give him candy, Marchese? What did you give him, Marchese? So remember, everybody, if there are kids around you and you're not their father, stay away from other men's children. It doesn't look good, does it?
Mr. Spindler, your time has expired.
Does that conclude our speakers? It appears
yes.
that it does. All right, we've got a council member from the 6th District. Council member Imelda Padilla, you are on the queue.
Yes, I would like to ask for a continuation of item 21. I'm not going to be here Friday. To next Wednesday, please.
All right, without objection, that'll be the order.
There's an objection.
There's an objection from Councilmember Rodriguez. All right, so we got a vote on the.
So we will need a second to that continuance.
Is there a second to the continuance? Soto Martinez, second. And Councilmember Price is recusing himself. All right, we got all kinds of things going here. Councilmember Rodriguez.
Thank you, colleagues. This is related to a nonprofit who's providing services in my district, and this is the administrative measure that we're taking in order to get them paid. And so this is an North Valley Caring Services, and the those that are going to be the recipient of this fund. So, colleagues, this is an agency that provides critical services to both districts, but this is related to work that's servicing in my district. And so, colleagues, I ask you to not support the continuance because we have some bills to pay. Thank you.
Councilmember Padilla.
And members, I ask that you support me continuing it because I need a little bit of more time to check in with the general manager of the department. This is about $500,000 going into an organization that's not even listed in the motion. It's for the Van Nuys Family Source Center, which is in my district. And I just need a little bit more time to understand exactly what these funds are. I'm sure everybody could relate that it's a little, we're always interested in learning more about what is happening related to dollars going into your district, and that didn't happen in this case. So I just need a little bit more time to ask some questions, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get them by the end of this meeting, so I ask for a continuation of a few days.
And members, just to clarify, before you is a motion introduced by Councilmember Padilla, seconded by Councilmember Soto Martinez, to continue item 21 to next Wednesday, February 26, 2025. A yes vote means you would like to support the continuance to next Wednesday, February 26th. A no vote would mean that you would like to vote on the item today.
All right. Seeing no other speakers on the queue, let's open the roll on this item, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes, 1 no.
All right. What's next?
Council can now take up items 13 through 20.
All right, those items are now before us. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
All right, what's next?
Mr. President, the council has motions for posting and referral.
The motions are posted and referred.
The desk is clear.
All right, announcements, members. Any announcements? Councilmember Rahman.
Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone is having a good morning. I just wanted to say that yesterday was the first night of the homeless count. It went well, but there was a shortage of volunteers at some of the sites. And so if there are still sites that are open tonight, that are near your neighborhoods, I know we have the Los Feliz count happening tonight. I just want to ask all of you if you can help recruit more people to come out to these sites. I think because of the change in date from the January to the to mid-February, There was a number of volunteers who usually come who just didn't turn out. Students, I'm talking to you. We need volunteers for the homeless count. You can sign up at theycountwillyou.org. And if you really want to be good partners for your city and really learn about what's happening out there, this is a very, very good way to do it. So I want to encourage everyone to, again, recruit your friends, recruit your enemies, recruit anybody you can, because we do need to get all these tracks counted. The tracks being counted is what brings federal dollars to Los Angeles. And so the more accurate of a count we have, the better chance we get of getting those HUD dollars into our city and making sure that they're put to good use. So I just wanted to make sure and remind everybody that the count is still ongoing. Students can come out and count, and everyone, if you have a count happening in or around your districts tonight, you can check it out tonight and tomorrow. Please do recruit. Staff and volunteers last night were doing 6 or 7 tracks each. It was a lot. You know, there was a really, really poor turnout, and people who had signed up didn't show up last night. So just wanted to underscore that the need is high, so if you can do it, I would really, really appreciate you doing it. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman Rahman, our chair of our Homelessness and Housing Committee, getting us off to a good but could be better start to our pick count for homelessness. Councilmember Hutt.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, and thank you, Councilwoman Rahman, for reminding people how important it is to volunteer for this. Tomorrow, February 20th, from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., we will be doing something we call the Love Hut. So in February, I do like a love thing in the community. This year, we'll be loving on each other by doing a big food giveaway. So we'll be in front of the Sentinel at 3800 Crenshaw Boulevard, Los Angeles, 90008, with food boxes for people in the community. And it'll be a drive-through. And so that you can drive through and pick up the food items that you need. We have partners that are working with us in the community, Mothers in Action, It's Bigger Than Us, Brotherhood Crusade, and Los Angeles County Federation of Labor, the Labor Community Services Division. You'll be able to get baby formula or diapers. You'll be able to get all kinds of nutritious meals that you need at home. So come on out and pick up a food box. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman Hutt. Councilmember Soto Martinez.
Thank you so much, Council President. I just want to, first of all, thank Councilwoman Hutt for hosting us this Monday at the MLK Parade. It was just an amazing event, as usual. The only critique I have is that you left before I was able to come back, and so I had to run to the float, which is why I was a little bit late and a little bit out of breath. And I also want to just reemphasize again the homelessness count. I was out there yesterday in Hollywood. Thankfully, we barely had enough folks. Some people took 2 tracks, but we were able to manage. And I want to, thank Kathleen Rosen from the Hollywood Partnership, who led an incredible ceremony about all the people that have passed away in Hollywood. This issue it's more than just counting. This is about humans. These are people's loved ones, their families, their siblings, their moms. And so humanizing it, I think, was really important. It gave people the motivation to go out there and volunteer. So we have 2 more days of the count. I know we have Los Feliz, which borders 13. And so hopefully we can get more out there. People to go to theycountwillyou.org. And then lastly, I was a little bit late today because we were opening a new, the groundbreaking at a hospital in Echo Park. We're going to open 37 new beds for youth, mental health youth. This was a collaboration. Thank you. 37 new beds will be opening soon. This was a collaboration between the county, the state, and obviously the city played a big role, especially and this serves a lot of LGBT youth of the region. So we know in this political climate, we got to double down and triple down on mental health beds, especially with our young people. And so anyways, just want to give a big shout out to Gateway Hospitals for all the amazing work that they do. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Councilmember McCosker.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. A few things. One is on an item of business. Can we send item 10 forthwith?
Without objection.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Councilmember Rahman, for reminding us to get all of our super volunteers out. I want to remind everybody in the audience and in TV land, you don't have to live in the neighborhood that you're volunteering for. So for our super volunteers, last night one of my kids put out a request to the whole McCosker clan to come to downtown LA to do the count, which is a unique experience for some of them, which is great, absolutely great. I want to thank Councilmember Hutt for giving Councilmember Soto Martinez reason to run. It's good for his exercise. I played soccer with him last year. It's good for him. And finally, I want to just let you all know that on a really, really positive note, we did a groundbreaking last week for what we're calling the One San Pedro project. One San Pedro is a public-private partnership with HACLA to do a complete renovation and addition to Rancho San Pedro. It's about 400 units now of public housing, and the One San Pedro project is going to be about 1,200 units, and it is the single largest affordable housing project in the city of Los Angeles and in its history. And it's going to be gigantic. And what we did is we did the first groundbreaking for a space that's going to become the swing space for Rancho San Pedro, because we've learned our lessons in renovating housing developments, where sometimes we lose the people because when you tear down their unit, they go to another development. That's not cool. What is really great about this is that the public-private partnership stretched out and got a new site that's immediately adjacent or almost adjacent to the Rancho San Pedro. And so folks, as we bring down one unit, they get to move into this unit and then move back, and so on for what is going to be a many-year build-out of this very large One San Pedro project that the community is very, very supportive of. So I'm really grateful for that, and I'm grateful to all of you for your support of that project.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so it's on Harbor Boulevard, right?
Thanks so much for that, Mr. McCosker, and congratulations on that good work. Councilmember Blumenfield.
Add a few things. Homeless count was great. It was very inspiring. We actually had a lot of folks come out. We heavily advertise it every year. So that part was inspiring to have folks out. We were able to do it. Some people did 2 routes or just 1. Unfortunately, though, for the 3rd year in a row, the app had all sorts of problems. The app was a big problem with our district. We had to hand do stuff, and I heard that was across the board for the 3rd year, that the app didn't work. But despite that, people were out there making a difference, which is important, because you can't fix what you can't measure, and you got to be out there counting. So I encourage everyone, and I'll send a note to all the people who came to Reseda last night to try to get them out to some of the other sites. And especially if there's technical difficulty, then it really means you need to have all hands on deck. In terms of other announcements, we've got a great native plant fair coming up this weekend on Sunday from 11 to 4 at the Tarzana Cultural Center. You know, it's always important to think about your native plants, but after these fires, it really makes it all the more important, because what we saw was that not all plants are the same. They're not all fuel. It's often the native ones that don't burn as fast. And so if you can actually get native plants, not only is that better for our environment and our ecosystem and saving water, but it actually makes a difference when it comes to fires. And we give those plants away, and and if you want to see great examples of that, come to the Tarzana Cultural Center this weekend from 11 to 4. So I encourage everyone to do that. How much time do you have? Are you good? Okay. All right. Well, then that's it for my announcement. I had a few others, but I'll put them on hold. Thank you.
Councilmember Yaroslavsky.
Thank you, Council President. I just want to uplift the homeless count. My team and I were out yesterday in Mid-Wilshire and also Mid-City and noticed that a bunch of people who had signed up to come didn't show up because we moved it back from January to February. And so I think just want to highlight for folks that there's a huge need still. You can sign up online. The Jewish Federation is going to be partnering with a synagogue in my district tomorrow night, B'nai David Judea, 7 o'clock. Hope you come out. It's gonna, we're gonna have a bunch of folks there, but we could always use more. And you know, it was really meaningful to go out and spend time together and be reminded that it's one night for us, or 2 nights or 3 nights if you choose to do it more than one night. But for the folks who were counting on the street, this is their life. And it was a good reminder, and it's good, nice and, well, not nice, but it grounds us in the work, and it's really important that we have an accurate number. And so for folks who are going to be home tomorrow night and have the time, it's a good way to come together as community. You meet some new people, you meet your neighbors. Most of us are going to be out, so thank you for providing the space to just remind folks you can sign up. It's pretty easy. It's a nice way to get involved at a time when I think we're all feeling a little angsty about our ability to make positive change. So thank you.
Thank you so much, members, for all of your announcements. I'll ask everyone in the chambers to rise for adjourning motions at this point. And we'll begin our adjourning motions with Councilmember Nazarian.
Thank you, Council President. Colleagues, I rise today to commemorate and honor the life of Sona Lusbaron, lovingly known as Sona Mami to all of us, who passed away on January 26th at the age of 98. Daughter to Garo and Vartanush Khachadurian, Sona was born on December 18, 1928 in modern-day Turkey. Sona was the beloved sister of Antranig and Nadia. From an early age, Sona's calm, quiet demeanor made her somebody that friends and family could wholeheartedly trust. In the early 50s, she met the love of her life, Bedros Lusbaron, a talented shoe designer. They were married on July 26 in 1953, built a beautiful life together, raising 2 daughters, Tanya and Talin Lusbaron. But given the events in Turkey at that time, given the continuous hostilities towards immigrant populations, native populations, minority populations, they were forced to flee in 1967 with the intent of seeking a better future for their daughters. And Sona and Bedros made their courageous decision to move to the United States. And after having arrived as new immigrants, they began to work tirelessly in order to provide for their family. Through sheer determination, Sona and Bedros used their experience as a seamstress and dry cleaner to open their own dry cleaners in Los Angeles on Pico Boulevard, which they operated together for the next 30 years. After years of dedicated work, Sona became a beloved figure in the small community surrounding their business. During the 1992 Los Angeles riots, when Sona's business was at risk of being destroyed, 2 of her own clients, who had become friends of her and were local community members, stood outside protecting the business. That moment, captured on the evening news, showed that Sona had become a pillar in her community, not just for her craftsmanship, but for the relationships she built and hearts she touched. By the year 2000, Sona and her beloved husband, Bedros, finally retired well into their 70s, starting a new chapter of love and joy as they embraced the blessing of becoming great-grandparents. Sona's legacy lives on through her 4 beloved grandchildren, Talar, Diana, Bianca, and Shant, and 8 great-grandchildren, Haik, Lara, Alex, David Beg, Nicholas, Olivia, Maggie, and Ethan. I wanted to just take a minute also and reflect on the life of Sona Mami. I lost my last grandparent in 2003. And through marriage and through meeting my future bride's family, she instantly became my grandmother. With her warm and gentle embrace. We talk about how it takes a village to build families and to bring people into this world. This was an individual who built many families and brought many people with the benefit of her calm, quiet wisdom, even though she had come through a lot to get to where she was. And colleagues, with every passing year when we lose individuals like this, we're not just losing our loved ones, we're losing history. These are individuals who lived through so much and experienced so much that it made them better and made us better through that process as well. So I love you, Sona Mami. May you rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Mr. Nazarian. Well said. Councilmember Hernandez.
Thank you, Council President. Thank you, colleagues, also for helping me with the time and your announcements. Colleagues, I rise to adjourn today's council meeting in honor of Amanda Abigail Torres, whose life was tragically cut short on January 26th. Please join me in welcoming her family, who drove a very long way from Hemet, California to be here with us today. It shows just a glimpse of their deep love for Mandy, and I want you to know that her presence is powerful. Mandy, affectionately known as Dandy Mandy, was a force of nature, a chingona in every sense of the word. She was an activist, an educator, a raver, a daughter, a sister, a friend, an example for all of us on how to be and stand in our power, and above all, an unwavering source of inspiration. In her own words, "Me gustan los raves, viajar y la justicia social," and she lived by that. Mandy was fearlessly devoted to music, adventure, and the fight for justice. She moved through life with passion and purpose, always standing up for the causes she believed in. Whether she was leading a protest, uplifting her students, or dancing at a festival, she did it all with an unmatched fire. Mandy had a gift. She made you feel seen, truly heard. Conversations with her were never surface level. She carried people's stories, their joys and struggles as if they were her own. Mandy recently stepped into a new role as project manager, helping college students carve their paths. But her dedication to her community stretched far beyond any job title. From organizing book and food drives for migrant farm workers to leading social justice workshops that challenged oppressive systems, Mandy lived a life of service. She didn't just advocate for change, she was the change. Mandy worked at Miguel Contreras Learning Complex in Council District 1, where she held workshops for high school students on self-love, social justice, and academic empowerment. And she was actively involved with Let's Give, a grassroots nonprofit organization, and traveled to Guatemala to lead in the distribution of food and clothes, fundraise for relief efforts in Guatemala, Oaxaca, and Puerto Rico, and led workshops, drives, and more to advocate for a better future for the most vulnerable among us here in LA and beyond. I never met Mandy myself personally, but a lot of people that I know knew Mandy. They were very close friends with Mandy. And I wanted to uplift Mandy here today because I wanted all of Los Angeles to see what an incredible example it is to live your life with purpose and to be the example of being and standing in your power and doing the things that bring you love and joy in your life. And the love that she had for her family is incredible. And so that's why I asked her family if we could have the honor of uplifting her and adjourning today's meeting in her memory, because I think every Angelino needs to know how she lived her life. And you know, she was transformation in the real world happening. And I saw that one of her favorite little critters are bats. And bats are symbolism of intuition, strength, transformation. And so all of these things I just wanted Los Angeles to know, because in moments of incredible difficulty, we need to know that we have champions and leaders, social justice, lovers, and practitioners here for us to try to follow in her footsteps. So thank you so much. I'm so deeply sorry for your loss. I hope that she's resting right now in the warm embrace of our ancestors. And just so you know, Los Angeles will never forget her, and we'll keep doing what we can to uplift her, because everybody needs to know Mandy here in Los Angeles. Thank you. Thank you, colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Hernandez, and thank you to the Torres family for being with us today. We are adjourned. Thank you so much.
And so to go from that condition to a police officer in LA gives you a representational role. It makes you a representative of